Mr. Morris, you're here because you say certain facts have come to light that make you believe that you fathered one of Miss Thorpe's twins and not the other. You claim a botched home DNA test separated you from your daughter, London, and you intend to rectify that issue today. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Thorpe, you say Mr. Morris's claim is ridiculous and that he very clearly fathered both of your twins, Paris and London. And you say Mr. Morris's efforts to go behind your back blew up in his face, and you intend to clean up his mess today.
He posted all over social media and told everybody that the DNA test came back and that the kids were not his.
Did you also post, Mr. Morris, that you didn't do the test properly?
No.
I know you didn't. All right, so now you got it all over social media that these aren't my babies. I've done a DNA test and these aren't my babies, and you lying. That's basically what he's saying.
Yes, Your Honor.
What kind of relationship do you have with the twins now?
Great.
They call you daddy?
No.
They're 4.
They call me Uncle Twan.
Uncle Twan.
Yes.
Boy, you about crazy. You just got too much going on. You done gone through all this only for the children and now call you Uncle Twan?
I didn't tell them to.
Oh, you told him to, Miss Thorpe?
No, Your Honor. They just developed that because he's been around since day one. So with him being around so much, they asked was Twan their dad, but I told him no.
This is a mess. This is a mess. You know what? It started off messy. The middle was messy. The end is messy. You all should be ashamed. These babies 4 years old sitting up. Really? To be 4 years old and have to sit up and ask 2 grown adults, is somebody my daddy? Babies got more sense than the mama and the daddy. Why, Miss Thorpe, would you look at these 2 girls and you say you know for certain Mr. Morris is their biological father? Why would you tell them no?
Because we wasn't for sure at the time. I didn't want
so
to
you
tell
aren't
anyone's
sure.
father.
You aren't sure.
I mean, at the time, I didn't feel like I was sure, so I didn't want to have them caught. And then he wasn't even around.
So wait a minute,
so
who else could be their dad?
The other guy that I was talking
So you really don't know if he's the dad or not?
I feel like he is.
Oh, Lord. A feeling, a feeling, a feeling. We're not talking about feelings. We're talking about facts. Do you know for certain if Mr. Morris is your twin's biological father? Yes or no? Do you know for certain?
No, Your Honor.
There. You all just been circling around this doubt, circling around this dysfunction, circling around all of this confusion. Trying to raise these babies? What's that little game you play when you little? What's that one where the music play and you just be running around? Musical chairs.
Musical chairs.
That's what it feels like. Like you all just running around and then when the music stops, y'all just jump to a conclusion at work. Just jump down on it and sit down on that for a while. Then the music play and you all just get back running around again. One of them might be calling their daddy Uncle Twan. Ms. Lopez, you are here today because you claim the defendant, Mr. Carbajal, allegedly perpetuated a DNA testing scam to try to deny paternity of your kids. You say you're tired of struggling daily to take care of your children alone, and you need to prove he's their biological father today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Carbajal, you say the plaintiff has left your life in ruins.
Yes.
By fraudulently claiming you are the father of her children. You argue that you did not perpetrate a DNA testing scam and are here today to prove it.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you have an issue regarding the fact that he has a cleft lip. You say no one in your family has ever been born
No.
with
none
that.
of my
So
mom's
so
side
you
or
believe
father's
he's not
side.
yours.
Your
No.
Honor.
She also sent me a picture of a man holding my baby. So
Wait. That was to
Your
get back
Honor-
at you
Why would
because
she
you're
send that?
not responsible.
Your
You're
Honor-
having
And
been
she was
there.
pregnant
Hold on.
with
So,
no
Ms.
one
Lopez,
and
Ms.
that-
Lopez, you sent him a picture
I sent him a picture to
of
show
Why
him.
someone
would you
else
send him-
holding a child that you said was his?
I sent it because to show him that there would be another man,
Why would it-
possibly,
why would it be another man?
possibly,
Why would it
okay,
be another man?
possibly to man up and take care of his responsibilities. I did not meet up with my ex until a month before I had my daughter. I had no sexual contact with my ex or anybody else but your brother, Christina.
That was too soon, though.
It
was
was
too
not
soon.
too
Yes, it
soon.
was.
The
it
time that you
No.
send us
Yeah.
that picture, you were already pregnant with no one.
Yes,
and
you
that
were.
guy looks exactly like no one.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Hold on, Ms. Carbajal, let me understand what you're just stating. State it again.
When this picture was sent, it was probably she was pregnant already. And this guy looks exactly like no one.
Your Honor, I was already pregnant with
It's a
my
big,
son when my
dark
daughter
man
was holding.
and-
She said she
And
got
the-
pregnant in November when I seen her in December.
I was not pregnant in November,
Yes, you
okay?
were.
I
Yes,
did not
you
do
were.
She came to
nothing with
visit.
nobody.
She came to
So
visit
you
to my
believe
house.
she was already pregnant?
Yes.
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 No.
Were you intimate with anyone else?
No, Your Honor, I was not.
Mr. Carbajal, do you believe you were the only man she was having sex with?
I don't know that. See, I don't know if she would sleep with me. I had sex the first night I seen her. She
It
could
was
have done
not
with
the
the same
first
thing
night.
with any other guy because we met off a social network.
So, Ms. Lopez, what do you have to say to that? Do
She
you
would have had to
I
get
did not
pregnant
have
in
sex with
November.
anybody
In
else.
November for the baby to be
No,
born
I did
in
not have
August.
sex with anybody else.
when it comes to 2-year-old Aliana Lopez Carbajal, Mr. Carbajal, you are not her father. You know what?
What if that
We
doesn't
have
test-
the results now from a laboratory conducted DNA test, and you sitting up there still arguing about a home DNA test. Now I know you all don't have no sense.
There's no way.
You're just
that-
looking for something to argue about. You're just looking for something to say. What you need to be talking about is that lie you told saying you weren't sleeping with nobody else. But suddenly, on the relevant subjects, we're silent. So I'll ask you again. Were you sleeping with anyone else besides Mr. Carbajal at the time?
One, Your Honor.
Which is the one in the picture.
It's not the one in the
Obviously.
picture,
Pretty sure
okay?
it is.
No, it's not, Christina.
Ms. Lopez,
Yes.
you stood in this courtroom and lied. You lied.
You ruined my brother's life.
She ruined my life.
You know you lied. And you know what? I knew you wasn't lying.
Thank you.
You knew that.
I knew
Thank
it.
you.
I knew it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
But I couldn't take this home test they performed as evidence
They're also true.
because it did not have certain pieces to the evidence that I would need to show that it was valid. So I had to give you the benefit of the doubt. But you kept and but every time I would ask you a question, you didn't really have a great answer. But you answered everybody else's questions.
Yep.
I don't know what
Now-
to say.
Exactly.
It's one thing that you lied. It's another thing that you sat up in here and lied in court. You stood there and tried to make their entire family look like they were the people that were wrong when you knew, even if your mother didn't know, you knew you were the one that was wrong. Now put your hand down and look at me. You don't get to go into boo-hoo cry mode.
You don't even
You're
talk to me,
learning
okay?
a valuable
I got nothing to say
lesson
anymore.
right now.
They're not my kids.
Mr. Carbajal,
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
quiet. I'm trying to talk to you because this has got to be a learning day for you. Because you can lie only for so long, honey. There's a phrase say, if it don't come out in the wash, it's coming out in the what? The
Loose as a
dry.
goose.
It's going to come out eventually.
You got stupid jokes.
And
really.
that look, and you still side talking.
He keeps talking to me. I do not want to hear him. I really don't.
But can you understand why he's mad?
Yes, I do.
If you put me in that position, I would have a few things to say to you too. Ms. Renfro, you claim you are 100% certain that the defendant is the father of your 6-month-old son, Kendall. You say Kendall was born with a serious medical condition and believe it was genetically passed down by the defendant. And that's why today's paternity results are critical. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Toozy, you are certain you are not her child's biological father and say the truth will be revealed today. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you intimate with anybody else during the window of time when Kendall was conceived?
No, Your Honor.
Are you sure of that?
Yes, I'm 100% sure. I know who my kids belong to. I don't just lay down with everybody. I don't sleep with everybody unprotected. And when I do have sex with
Then
people...
why would you have another guy signing the birth certificate?
Because he's been there. Like, he took on that role. He wanted... That was his choice. That was
Hold on.
his
So,
decision.
Ms. Renfro, you had another person sign the birth certificate?
My ex. My ex signed the birth certificate. He's still in my child's life. He still takes my son to the doctors.
Is your ex in the child's life because he could potentially be the biological father as well?
No, he loves my son.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Toozy, you are not the father.
Yes!
Oops.
Told you!
Oops.
Calm down, Mr.
Calm down.
Toozy. Calm down. This ain't a stadium, and the child's life is truly at stake now.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Renfro,
Yes, ma'am.
that's not your child's biological father.
That's fine. That is fine. I'm okay with that.
Do you know who is?
Yes, ma'am. If he wasn't the father, then yes, ma'am, I know.
Hold on. No.
You asked, I answered.
Look, little smart mouth. No, hold on. Because you done got on my nerves now. Because you got a smart mouth, but you're not smart enough to know when you're lying. Sitting up trying to pin a baby on a man. Hold on, I'm talking now. Since all you can do is shrug your shoulders, stay silent. Because you were so dramatic about how Mr. Toozy had never done anything. Oh, and you cried. Hold on. You cried yourself a river in this courtroom, baby. All the time, never testifying to the whole truth. And that's wrong. And that's what you need to change in this moment. All that smirking and all that little smart mouth nonsense, you know where it got you? It got you where you don't know definitively who your child's biological father is. And if you do know who he is, you set up and wasted everybody else's time.
No, I didn't waste nobody's time.
No. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Okay.
You can run your mouth all you want, but your jig is up.